So I'll be taking you through principles of economics. I hope this is a BSc Procurement and Supply Chain Management. Hello?
That's right. That's right,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay. So for us to start, I want us to, each and everyone, to introduce him or herself. So when you switch on the camera, let me see your face more. Then after the introduction, then you switch it off. I hope I'm clear.
Very well, sir.
Yeah. So this is me, Eric Amankwah. So starting from Emmanuel Ade, you introduce yourself. You can learn there's two courses, procurement and supply chain. Procurement, supply chain, what? Logistics. So you mention your name, then the program that you are doing. So Emmanuel.
Okay, sir. My name is Emmanuel Adai, and I'm doing logistics and transport.
Okay. Richmond.
Rich, you've muted yourself. So
Yeah, Rich. So let's move to Mavis. Mavis Sewa.
Hello, sir. Please, good morning.
Good morning.
Please, I'm Mavis. Why are you all saying?
Okay.
Studying procurement and supply chain management. Thank
All right.
you.
Michael.
procurement and supply chain.
Okay. Ruth Ruth Kuma.
Hey, Shade, some of me wala me introducing you. I'm in class.
Dana Usu. Dana Owusu.
Yes, sir.
So introduce yourself. Which program are you doing?
I'm Diana also offering procurement and supply chain.
Okay. Ajay Eunice. You know what? As time goes on, I'll be mentioning the names, those that you'll be introducing yourself.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Ajay Unit.
Okay.
Procurement and supply chain.
All right. So as time goes on, I'll be mentioning the names, then you introduce yourself. So let's move straight to what we have today. So with the principles of economics, it will cover several aspects of economics. So the course will introduce you to basic economics ideas and analytical tools used to explain how individuals, firms, and government allocate scarce resources. It develops the understanding of demand, supply, market economy, market equilibrium, elasticity, and what? Consumer behavior. At the end of this program, at the end of this course, you are supposed to be able to explain the key economic concepts and principles, apply the graphical and the algebraic tools in economic analysis, and also to analyze demand, supply, and market economy, equilibrium. And last, and to also interpret elasticity measures and explain consumer choices and behavior. So the courses is grouped per the weeks. I learned we have about 11 weeks to cover the principles of economics. The first week, we will deal with the introductory aspect, that is the meaning and the scope of economics, which covers the definition of economics as a science, micro and macro economics, positive and normative economics. That's what we cover for the week 1. Then with the week 2, we cover the concept of elasticity, choice, opportunity cost. That's where we deal with scarcity and scale of preference, choice and optimization, opportunity cost, production possibility frontier. That's for the week 2. The week 3 will be economy and economic systems. That will deal with the meaning, the functions of an economy, decision makers, command, market, and mixed systems. That will deal with the economic systems. Then the week 4 will be the mathematical tools 1. That's when we say variables, constant, parameters, algebraic expressions, algebraic manipulations. That will cover for the week 4. Then the week 5 will be mathematical tools. That's mathematical tools 2. That one will cover graphs, the slopes, the linear functions, then as well as solving some mathematical equations, simultaneous equations, and using economic data. That's what will be covered in the week 5. Then the week 6, we move straight to the theory of demand. Then under the theory of demand, you deal with the definition, the law of demand, demand curve, determinants, and changes in demand. That will be the week 6. Then the week 7 will be the theory of supply, definitions, then the law of supply, supply curve, determinants, then changes in supply. Then we will combine the theory of demand and the theory of supply. That will be for the week 8. That's the market equilibrium. It will cover the concept of market, price determination, graphical and algebraic equilibrium, tax, and subsidy. Then the week 9 will be elasticity of demand, where we will deal with the measurement, price elasticity, determinants, and applications. Then the week 10, we move to the other types of elasticity. That's the cross price elasticity, the income elasticity, price elasticity of supply. Then the week 11, that will be the final week. That's where we move to the consumer behavior. You will deal with the utility theory, indifference curve, budget line, income, and substitution effect. So that's all the courses, the topics that will be covered in this course. Then I learned the week 12 and the week 11. Week 12 and 13 will be for the exams, the revision and the exams. So these are some of the listed books that you can read through. So I also provide avenues for several books. It will be uploaded on the system. So hopefully from Monday, you will get access to most of these books. And any other economic book is okay for this course. I hope I'm clear. Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir.
Yes, sir. We are here.
Okay.
We are here, sir.
And when it comes to the delivery of this course, I will employ about 3 methods. The first one will be the lectures. That's what I'm doing now. Then there will be extensive discussions as well as group work. And every week, there will be an assignment of which will be presented in the next week. So today, as well, I'll give you some assignment. Then next week, you need to present it to me. Then I have some plagiarism policy. When we say plagiarism policy, we are dealing with using or passing off one's own idea or product work of another without expressly giving the credit to another. Meaning like borrowing someone's idea. I've given you an assignment. Instead of you to sit down and work on it, you rather borrowed your friend's work. I'll mark it 0. And also, like copying something from the internet without providing source, without acknowledging the person, there's also plagiarism. I hope I'm clear.
Yes, sir.
Hello? Yes, so when it comes to university education, plagiarism is a crime in the university education. So you need to work on your own. Whenever you pick someone,
3 minutes, 60 minutes. Ah, that how many years?
Wow. Ah,
So you don't complete yourself.
hello, can I go on?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so when you give you assignment, you need to sit down, do research, then you work on it on your own. Like borrowing your friends, this thing will cost you 0. Then with the course, you'll be evaluated using case study. I'll give you some case for you to analyze it. Class participation, class assignment, as well as examination. So the assignment and the participation will cover about 40%. Then the final exams will be 60%. So these are the course outline for this semester. So I will share it on the system so that you go there and download it. Any question? Any question? Hello?
no, sir.
No,
Okay.
sir.
So then we move
No,
straight
sir.
to today's activity.
Sir, please, a question.
Okay.
Sir, please, what if with the plagiarism you are talking about, what if you give an assignment or a group work or a presentation and we go online to have a fair idea about what we are supposed to do? And maybe with regards to the plagiarism, we give you the person who made that statement or the person who incorporated that idea. Would you still mark us down?
You need to paraphrase.
Okay.
When you paraphrase, then you acknowledge the person because the idea is not your own. So you need to acknowledge the person.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So today, for this week, we will cover the meaning and scope of economics. I hope you've all studied economics at the SHS level before.
No, sir.
No, please.
No, sir.
No, sir.
But we've all heard of economics before.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
No,
please.
please.
Yes, sir. You've all heard of economics before.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So in your own perspective, when we say economics, what comes into your mind? Listen, Michael.
Okay, thank you, sir. So I did economics at the secondary school level.
Okay.
So can I proceed, please?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so basically, in simple terms, we say that resources are scarce. Yet human beings, our wants are insatiable, they are unlimited. And every day we need to make choices, whether as an individual, an organization, or a government. So
Okay.
it studies the relationship between the scarce resources you have and then the unlimited wants you have to make a choice. In simple terms.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Very well. I hope you've all understood it. Emmanuel Ade.
Yes, sir. So I also did economics in the secondary school. So it also talks about how people, businesses, and then the government corporations make choices to satisfy their needs and also want using this resources available to them.
Okay. So I want you to type in the chat box anything affecting you. Let's say when you come in Ghana, what problem are you facing? So just in the chat box, I want everyone to type something. Is it an issue with food prices, transportation fare, data cost? So type something. I want you to type something. Okay, so some are saying data cost, electricity bill, rent, school fees, transportation, employment, supply and demand. Supply and demand of what? School fees, rent, data cost, rent, electricity, fuel prices, cost of living are high. Okay. Electricity charges, utility bills, cost of living. Okay. Electricity bill, high cost of rent, transportation, cost of living, MTN bundle. I have problem with ECG. Okay. Currency depreciation. Okay. Okay. So think of, okay, what have you, so far, what have you shared shows that economics is what? Part of everyday life. Are you with me? So what you've shared shows that economics is part of everyday's life. Economics help us to understand why these changes occurs, why these problems occurs, and how individuals and government responds to these problems. Now we have problem with electricity bills. We have problem with MTN bundle or data cost. So it forms part of our everyday's life. So when it comes to economics, it helps us to what? To understand why these changes occur and how individuals and government respond to these changes. So based on this, how do we study economics? So from your issues, from your problems, then why do we study economics? Hello? Yeah, what you've just shared? Collins?
Sir, we study economics to know how to manage our resources.
Yes, because you are saying that you have issue with what? Electricity bill. So for you to cope with electricity bill, you need to manage your scarce resources. You have issue with data cost. Now, whenever you buy data, within shortest time, then the data is gone. So you need to what? Manage the data. For you to use the data for, let's say, social media, instead of you just rather relax and use it for what? For your lectures. So we study economics because we have limited resources and unlimited needs. So every individual, society, government deal with economics because we faces what? Limited resources, but unlimited needs. For instance, our household must decide how to spend income. Firms must decide what to produce. and government must decide how to allocate budgets. Let's think about Ghana's national budget. So when government increases spending on infrastructure, it may have fewer resources for what? Health or education. So let's take for the budget, for instance. When government shifts its focus on infrastructure, it will rather affect education. When he shifts his focus on payment of salary, it affects the other sectors. So therefore, for the government to be at the safe point, he has to do what? Deal with what? Trade-off. So economists basically deal with how scarce resources are allocated to satisfy unlimited want. So when we talk of scarcity, scarcity does not mean resources are absent. It means they are insufficient. They are insufficient relative to what people desire. So because of scarcity, hello? Because of scarcity, we must choose. We must make best choice. And every choice involves a trade-off. Right now, you're having, let's say, 1,000 Ghana cedis. You've not done paying full amount of your fees. And you want to buy shoes for your girlfriend. Because of scarcity, the issue of scarcity, you need to do what? A trade-off. So every choice involves a trade-off. Consider your allowance as a student. Let's say your parent has given you 1,000 Ghana cedis. If you spend more on mobile data, you may spend less on food or textbooks. So that sacrifices represent the opportunity cost. Who is making that noise?
Huh?
Are you following me?
Yes, sir. We are-
So any questions so far from where we've read? Can we move on? Michael.
Thank you, sir. So my question is very simple. So you made mention of the fact that our needs are scarce. Is that so, please?
Your needs can never be scarce. Your
No, that
resources.
was that. I think there was a because of how fast we were going. You said the need, so I wanted to draw attention to that so that
we have
get it.
scarce resources.
Resources.
Yes.
But
So
our needs
are
and wants,
unlimited.
which of them are unlimited, insatiable? Because I'm asking this question because what may be a want to me may be a need to another person.
Yes.
So I needed a clarity in terms of that so that it is well grounded. Thank you, sir.
Okay, we'll come to that. Michael. So, what are the differences between needs and wants? I want each and every one to think of needs and wants. What are the differences? Type it on the chat box. I said that this class will be full of what? Discussions and engagement, interactions. Now you've heard of needs, wants. What are the differences? Each and every one should type. Let's see. difference between needs and wants. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. Very well. You've all done well. So in economics, when we say needs, okay, yeah, whatever you've typed are all correct. So in economics, when we say needs, we are talking about things required for survival. So what are some of the things required for survival? Food, shelter, and what else? Clothing. They are all needs required for what? They are things required for survival. And when we talk of wants are desires for specific product or services that aren't essential, like luxury cars and vacations. I hope I'm clear. I'm saying that in economics, when we talk of needs, you are talking about things required for survival or basic well-being, like food, shelter, clothing. They are all what? Needs. And wants are desire. Now, if I get a Lamborghini, I'll be very okay with my life. So it's my desire. That is luxury. So the desire for specific product or services that aren't essential, like luxury cars or vacation. Now I want to go to US for some vacation. They are my what? Want. They are not my needs. So economics is saying that we have scarce resources. And because of the scarce resources, we need to allocate it in such a way that we can meet our unlimited want. Because right now, if I get a chance, if I have the money, I can go to US for vacation. It's my want. But because I have scarce resources, I should rather use it for my needs first before I can venture into my what? My want. That's what economics is talking about. Hope it's okay. Hello?
Yes, yes, it
Yes,
is.
sir. We
Yes,
are with you,
sir.
sir. You are clear, sir.
Sir, yes, sir.
Yes,
Right?
sir.
Can we move on?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
We
sir.
have several definitions of economics. Several people have provided their own perspective when it comes to economics. And the economics has evolved over time with different definitions. The first of it, which is the father of economics, what? Adam Smith. He emphasized on economics as what? Wealth creation and production. Then Alfred Marshall also shifted the attention to human welfare. He defined economics as to what? A human welfare and everyday economic life. Then Paul Samuelson integrated these ideas and by emphasizing choice over scarce resources for production and what? Consumption. So economics evolved through these scholars. Adam Smith, Alfred Marshall, then Paul Samuelson, then Leonard Robinson came up with an acceptable definition that has been used for on the basis of the fact that he was saying that on the basis of the fact that economics has evolved, the modern subject stressed that the issue of scarcity and choices. Then Leonard Robinson came up with an idea by defining economics as a science which studies how human beings behave as a relationship between ends and scarce means, which have alternative uses. This definition stress on what? Scarcity of resources and choices decision making from what? Alternatives. So this serves as a working definition for what? Economics. He's saying that it's the science that studies how society uses limited resources. That's Leonard Rubinson. He's saying that economists studies how society uses limited resources, which have alternative uses, in an attempt to satisfy unlimited human wants. So, in defining this way, economists deal with what? A wide range of what? Issues. It deals with, we are talking about Leonard Rubinson, in defining economics as a science which studies human behavior as a relationship between ends and scarce means, which have alternative uses. So, with this definition, he's saying that it's the science that studies how society uses limited resources, which have alternative uses in an attempt to satisfy unlimited human want. He's saying that with this, economics deals with a wide range of issues and problems. So can you mention some of the issues? He's saying that we have issue with what? Creation of wealth. Now, as a man, you need to what? Build. You need to invest. You want to create what? Wealth. You have issue with what? Price mechanism in the allocation of resources for production, distribution, and consumption. So we have issue with efficient management and use of scarce resources that have alternative uses. So he's saying that economics is what? As a science. Any question with his definition? Am I moving fast?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. We are moving a bit faster.
All right. I'm saying that several authors, several scholars came up with definitions of economics. It means that economics has evolved. The definition of economics has evolved over time. The first of its kind was Adam Smith. He emphasized economics on wealth creation and production. His definition of economics emphasized on wealth creation and production. Then another scholar also came. He shifted the attention to human welfare and everyday economic life. That is the own perspective of what? Economics. That's Alfred Marshall. Then Paul Samuelson integrated the two ideas by saying that economics deals with what? Emphasize on the choice over scarce resources for production and consumption over time. So he combined Adam Smith's idea as well as Alfred Marshall's own by saying that economics emphasizes on the choice over scarce resources for production and consumption. So this definition shows how the subject has evolved from wealth to welfare to choice. So Adam Smith was saying economics about what? Wealth creation. Then Alfred Marshall came out with what? Welfare. That's attention shifted from human welfare to everyday economic life. Then Paul Samuelson also came up with an idea that economics is all about what? Choice. So based on this scenario, then the modern subject matter of economics stress the issue of what? Scarcity and choice. That's where Leonard Rubinson came up with a new definition of economics. He's saying that economics is a science which studies human behavior as a relationship between ends and scarce means, which have alternative uses. His definition stresses on what? Scarcity of resources, choice decision making from alternative what? Uses. But his definition, he's saying that economics is a science that studies how society uses limited resources, which have alternative uses in an attempt to satisfy unlimited want. He's saying that when I get 100 Ghana cedis, the scientific way of how to utilize the 100 Ghana cedis, because the 100 Ghana cedis is limited for me to buy my iPhone 17. Therefore, for me not to force myself in buying the iPhone 17 with the 100 Ghana cedis, I have to use it to buy what? Yam phone, 50 cedis. So if I buy the Yam phone, 50 cedis, I've been able to satisfy my want because I needed what? A mobile phone. But I was having limited resources, which is 100 Ghana cedis. By buying the Yam for 50 cedis, I've been able to satisfy the want because of the alternative uses of my resources. I hope it's clear. Hello?
Aye.
I hope it's clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So he's saying that because of the limited resources, his definition raises various issues. He's saying that we have issue with wealth creation. We have issue with price mechanism in the allocation of resources for production, distribution, and consumption. Then how to manage our resources efficiently is also an issue. And also economics as what? A science. Then our next thing to discuss is economics a science? Opare?
Please,
Mariam? Uh-huh.
from your definition, from the definition and explanation, that means we have to focus, and sometimes we have to forgo our needs to get what we want.
You have to forgo your needs to get what you want.
Sometimes, yeah, from the definition, we sometimes have to sacrifice
Yes.
for something that we have to get another thing.
Yes. Because of your scarce resources. Now, if we have unlimited resources, now if you have, let's say, $30 billion every day, there's no need for you to plan. You can buy whatever you want. The moment you want to buy something, you get the resource to buy it. So there's no need for economics. So when there's unlimited resources, then there's no economics. But because there's limited resources, there's economics. Because there's limited resources, but unlimited want. So you need to always decide which one will best suit you. That's where we will come to scale of preference, then opportunity cost. That will be our next topic for next week. Are you okay now?
Yes,
Mariam?
please. Yes, please.
Sir.
Can we move on?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So according to Leonard Rubinson, he said that economics is a science. So what makes a subject a science? Let's think of it. Now, I hope, who did science among you guys? But you all did integrated science, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So with the content of integrated science, what constituted the integrated science that you did? There was biology, there was chemistry, there was physics, right?
Yes, sir.
Agric.
Yes.
Agric, yeah.
Then agric, okay. So, but this man is saying that economics is also a science. So think of it small. He's also saying that economics follows the same procedure as biology, chemistry, physics, then agric. He's saying that economics also follows the same discipline, the scientific discipline. Because with biology, it deals with what? Observation, hypothesis formation, testing, and theory building. The same thing as economics also uses observation. You formulate hypothesis, then you test the hypothesis empirically. He's saying that economics is a science because it uses scientific method like physics, biology, then chemistry. It attempts to find a body of laws of nature through the scientific method, which consists of what? Number of elements. With biology, if you want to do a test, let's say the COVID-19 test, they wanted to come up with a solution, a vaccine for COVID-19. First of all, they did what we call observation. They observed the patients who had contacted with the COVID-19. Then they drew a hypothesis, like since the person is coughing, it can result as a result of COVID-19 infection. So that's hypothesis. Assumed statement. Assumed statement which can be testable. The biologists, the scientists will say that, oh, because this person is coughing, then probably it will be COVID-19. Then they will take sample, they go to the lab and do testing. Then after they are done with the testing, then they come up with a result. When they come up with a result, then they use the result to formulate theory. That's how scientists behave. COVID-19, they saw that some people were coughing. Then they took sample from the people, the patient. Then they send it to lab for testing. Then after the testing, they got the information whether it is COVID-19 or not COVID-19. Then they will formulate a hypothesis. So the hypothesis is that, oh, since the person is coughing, probably to be a COVID-19 infection. That's the hypothesis. Then after the testing at the lab, then they will get the result. Then after, assuming that the result came up positive, that, oh, the cough from the person is COVID-19 infection. Then they will draw theory out from the result. So according to Leonard Robinson, he's saying that economics also follows the same process. He's saying that it follows a careful and systematic observation of fact. Now let's come to economic principle. Now, issue of the price of cocoa. Now, what is happening to the price of cocoa? It has been reduced, right?
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
So the policymakers will sit down and go through the measures. They will check the trend for the reduction in price. Then they will sit and say that, oh, due to the observation, they will observe the price. They will use the data. They have data, annual data or weekly data from world market. They will follow the trend. So in following the trend, the policymakers, they have to be in a way of what? Predicting the price of what? Cocoa. The economists over there were supposed to predict the current price. So failure on their part has caused us how we are suffering today. So previously, you use data. So based on the data, based on the observation from the data, you can predict last year's what price. So first of all, they will observe the data. Then observing the data, they will draw what? Hypothesis from the data. Say that, oh, from the previous year's price of cocoa will fall. That's the hypothesis. Price of cocoa will fall in 2026. That's a hypothesis. It's a testable what? Assumption. We can test it. It's an assumed statement. So then they will use indicators. They will use indicators to test it. They will use software. Operate. Mariam.
So I have a question. So please, the name is Miriam.
Miriam. Okay.
I said from this, from the cocoa information and the drop in price,
Okay.
I can classify it as they didn't study the flow of information when it comes to the economics.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Because we have indicators to predict. When you do economics at the highest level, we have indicators to predict. So they will draw a hypothesis. So with the hypothesis, they will test the hypothesis. So they will do empirical testing. They have software systems to test for the hypothesis. When they test for the hypothesis, they get the result. Then based on the result, then they will use it to what? Come up with a theory. So he's saying that economy follows a careful and systematic observation of facts and measurement of economic activity. So the economic phenomenon, let's say the price of cocoa can be observed and measured in great detail. Then based on the fact that the policymakers, the economists at the presidency, they can formulate a possible explanation of the cause and effect. So they can say that because of this and that, this can happen. So they will explain the cause and effect. So that's the hypothesis what? Formulation. Then they will test using some indicators. Then they will compare the outcome. Eunice. Ajay Eunice.
Yes, sir. Sir. Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, please,
We are
can
listening.
you zoom your slides for us a little bit?
Oh.
It's okay.
Upcoming. It's okay now.
Okay,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So based on the fact, then they will formulate hypothesis. Then with the formulation of hypothesis, they test for explanation by comparing the outcome of the specific event to the event predicted by what? The hypothesis. Because they will check for the causes and the effect of the prices. Then they will test it. After testing it, it will be either you reject or you accept the hypothesis. Are you with me? I'm saying that economics follows some process to become a science. It uses observation. Policymakers, economists will observe the economic activity. They will observe the fact and the measurement of economic activity. They will observe it in details. Typical example is the price of what? Cocoa. They observe it. They will track the historic trend, the historic years. Last year, 2024, the various years. With the fact, then they will formulate possible explanation of the causes and the effect. That will be what? The hypothesis. Then they will test the hypothesis empirically by comparing the outcome of the specific event. They will use the event, the causes, and the effect to predict the hypothesis. So the hypothesis is what? I told you that it's an assumed what? It's a testable what? Statement predicting a relationship. Or you can say that it's an assumed statement. Assumed statement which can be testable. Which can be testable to be true or false. Or we can accept or reject. That's hypothesis. Hypothesis is either accepting or rejecting. Hypothesis like in 2026, price of cocoa will rise. That's hypothesis. Now, is the price rising or falling? It is falling. So because of the falling, the fall in price, it definitely shows that we rather reject the hypothesis. So in economics, after formulating a hypothesis, then you test it. So after testing the hypothesis, if it is true, if it is in line with the hypothesis, then you accept. If it contradicts with the hypothesis, then you reject. So the acceptance or rejection of the hypothesis is based on what? The comparison. Then after the result has been tested, then you use the result to come up with what? Theory. They use the result to come up with a theory. A theory is what? A broader explanation for why things work in a certain way. So a theory is a broader explanation for why things work in a certain way. What I'm saying is that economics is also a science because it uses the scientific approach in coming up with what? Its theory. What are some of the approaches the economics uses? The first approach is observation. The economists observe fact and the measurement of economic activity. The same thing as the biologists, the same thing as the chemists. They also observe. Economists also observe. Then after the observation, economists observe with fact and measurement of economic activity. After the observation, then we formulate hypothesis. Hypothesis is what? A testable statement predicting a relationship between variables. Or you can say that hypothesis is what? A testable, it's an assumed statement. Simplest definition is an assumed statement which is testable. And we draw hypothesis to predict the relationship between two things, between variables, between price of cocoa and what? Cocoa and its prices is two variables. Cocoa production and cocoa prices is two variables. So whenever productivity is high, what will happen to price? You will come to that. Whenever supply is high, how will it affect price?
Price will drop.
What's the reason why the price of water is low? But water is highly important as compared to fuel. But price of fuel is very high. What's the reason? Now, Richmond.
Because water is not as abundant.
Water is what? Yes. Yes.
Water is in abundance while fuel is in scarcity.
Yes. That's the reason why price of water is what? Low as compared to fuel. So economists is also saying that. So it's also economists. Economists is saying that it's a science because it also uses scientific method. It observes with fact. The observation of fact, measurement of economic activity. Then with the fact, it comes up with hypothesis formulation. So with the formulation of the hypothesis is what to get up with the causes, the explanation of the causes and the effect. Then the hypothesis will be tested to predict the outcome. Hypothesis is tested to predict the outcome. The outcome can be accepted or rejected. In hypothesis testing, it is either accepted or rejected through what? Empirical testing. So after the empirical testing against the hypothesis, when we come up with the results, then we use it to what? Draw theories. And I said that theory is what? A broader explanation of why things work in a certain way. So let's take for some examples. Economists what? Analyze inflation. Now we know price of goods and services are what? Are price of goods and services high or low in Ghana?
Comparatively low. Comparatively low compared to the previous years.
Compared to the previous years. Okay. So let's pick one item and analyze it.
Fuel.
Fuel. Good. Fuel is comparatively low. What about bottled water? Compared to the previous years, is it comparatively low?
It's the same, sir.
Huh?
No, sir, it's higher now.
Right.
It's higher now, sir.
So the issue that we are having as Ghanaians is that we are doing economics with politics. That's the major issue Ghanaians we are having. That is what affecting us. We do massage figures to do politics, which is very wrong. When you go to US, the one who manages the economy is quite different from the political aspect. The Federal Bank of US is entirely different. He was not appointed by the president, so he can take decision, he can reduce interest rate, he can increase interest rate without the notice of the president. But come to Ghana, whatever decision that has to be taken by the governor of Bank of Ghana has to be confirmed by what? The president. It's very wrong. That's the reason why we are suffering as a Ghanaian. Oh, that's just by the way. So when you come up to become the policy makers, you need to, change things. Because we shouldn't be thinking the way our leaders are thinking. We need to, change things. Okay. So economists analyze inflation, employment, growth data to understand relationship. The human behavior also introduces uncertainty. So economics is classified what? So we describe economics as not exact as what natural science, but rather a soft science or social science. The fact that man is the subject of observation may not be easily subjected to strict testing and prediction. Unlike the biological scientists, where they subject whatever observation to strict testing. But economics is not that subjected to strict testing. So while economics uses scientific method, it is human focus. That makes it social science. So with this analogy, we can say that it helps us to understand both the power and the limits of what? Economic analysis. Any questions so far? Any questions so far?
No, sir. Let's continue, sir.
So our topic, this thing, assignment for next week, no, for this week, is economics a science. I need 5 pages, well written, 1.5 spacing, Time New Romans. That's what your assignment. Hello.
I
Sir,
said,
we are with you, sir.
can you repeat it again?
Assignment for this week is economics a science. Write 5 pages, 1.5 spacing, using Time New Romans. In the course of the week, I will send my email address for you to send it to me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, I think let's call it a day. Today is just the introductory day. So we should pause, make it next week. Any question?
Yeah, sorry, sir. Please, yes, sir. After the spacing, I didn't quite get what you said after that.
1.5.
Yes.
1.5.
Yes. You said 5 pages, 1.5 spacing. I
Yes.
thought you said something after that.
Time New Romance. Time New Romance.
Oh,
The font.
okay. Okay.
Then the
New
size is small.
romance.
Yeah,
Okay.
Time New Romance. Yeah.
Okay.
Any question? Any questions so far?
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Stephen.
Yes, sir. It's with regards to the assignment. I think today you have introduced the course to us, and then the next day assignment is following. So I suggest we can make it the following week, if so that we can get proper understanding. Some of us we don't have any background of economics, so this is my humble request, sir.
So, so which aspect didn't you get the explanation?
Yes, we got it all right, but we want to probe further. We want to read further. So by next week, we'll be well equipped and well prepared.
Just try your hands on it. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Try your hands on it. So in reading further, you get more information on that. And I will share the slides as well as other books on the system, on the LMS. Eunice.
Sir, please, did you say 5 pages?
Yes, 5 pages.
What about the font size?
12.
1.5.
Spacing is 1.5. The font size is 12.
5 pages.
Yes. Richmond.
Sir, please, what was the question again?
Is economics a science?
Okay. And sir, please, can I get your contact?
Yes. I will share it.
Okay. Okay.
Are you the class rep?
Yes, please.
I will share it. Is that Richmond?
Yes, please.
Okay, I will share it to you.
Okay.
Any other question? Wisdom.
I just want to ask, is it the only poor or people who are not, who doesn't have do economics, or because from your explanation, it means if you have in abundance, you don't need to be economics or to do economics.
So now, assuming if you have tap water connected to your room, do you have to go out to the riverside to fetch water? Wisdom.
No, sir.
So that makes it economic because the water in your room makes it what? Available. So it's in abundance. But if you don't have water closer to your end, you have to go to a long place to get water. Then you need to economize things. For instance, you need to economize your time to get the water. So whenever resources are in abundance, whenever resources are unlimited, there's no need for economics. Because you can buy whatever you want because you have more money. But if you have limited resources, then you need to place your things. Let's say you need to make choices. You need to draw scale of preference. So whenever there's unlimited resources, there's nothing like economics. Assuming the government of Ghana is having plenty money to spend on the citizen, will he reduce the price of cocoa? Wisdom, will he reduce the price of cocoa? He won't. Because now he has to adjust.
No, sir.
He has to adjust because there's a limited resources, so he has to adjust. So that tells you that the government is also doing economics. It's not like he can't pay the cocoa farmers, but he has to adjust. Any other question? Any other question? Stephen, you said, can't we also learn as a Ghanaians to do same?
Yes, sir.
What were you saying?
Like the systems that you did mention of US and other nations, what
Yeah,
they are
because of
doing over there, and our people, they used to study, they travel, they
yes,
see all
yes.
these things. So what is preventing us also to do same?
One major issue is our external system, extended family system is affecting Ghanaians. Our extended family system is affecting Ghanaians. Because right now, if you are working, you just feed your nuclear family. There's no much pressure on you. But with the extended family system, and you're occupying some position, you need to even do some dubious means to get money to feed the other people, for them not to tell you that you are just a kwasiatobi. So based on that, whenever we appoint someone to a position, they know the right thing, but they will never do it. Because when they do the right thing, it will rather affect them not to get plenty money to spend on other things. But in a situation whereby he is only feeding his family, not spending on any other extended family, that's all. We can do proper things as Ghanaian. Do you think US and the UK, they fancy extended family system? They don't. Immediately he gets married, he just move out from the house. It's his nuclear family that is more important to him. But in Ghana here, you need to, provide for your extended family. And based on that, whatever salary you be getting, it will not be enough for you. You need to massage the system. So you probably, most of the policy may not that they don't know what is affecting Ghanaians, they know it. But if they implement the good system, it will rather affect them not to get more money. It will affect them not to cheat. So that's the reason why we are suffering. So unless God kills all of us, then he come up with a new Ghanaians, then the system will work.
Amen.
Which is impossible.
Okay. Then let's call it a day. So try your hands on the economics as a science, then read. So how did you Course rep. Course rep.
Sir. Yes, sir. Sir.
Yeah. So
Any
I will share the number with you.
Okay.
Hello,
Okay,
sir.
sir. Thank you.
I hope the
Yeah.
slides will be ready today.
Let's make it tomorrow.
All right, sir. Thank
Tomorrow I'll upload it on the system.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Is that Richmond? The assignment next week.
Okay, sir.
You read something on that, because I want you to just appreciate how economists think. So read, then try your hands on that. We have more systems now. To be honest with you, now learning is very easy. You have ChatGPT, you have several AI that can help you to study as a student. So as time goes on, I'll be teaching you how to use it and use it well, so that it will help you in your workplace and other stuff. Are you okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Then
sir.
also,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
You are
sir.
very good.
and
Thank
also
you.
Thank you.
when you go to YouTube, whatever topic that the lecturer done with you, you need to what? You can just Google it. You can search from the YouTube to get more information on that. You can get videos on that. So now,
Thank you.
don't sit down and say that you don't understand anything. So I'm available. You can reach out to me whenever you don't understand anything.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's call it a day. Tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow I will upload it. Okay. Bye.
Bye. Thank you,
Bye.
sir.
Goodbye.